Yo YouTube! This is my video for Friday the 14th of November. Yesterday when I had my day off, and because this week has been quite tough, I said to myself, unless a decent job comes up in the morning, I'm not going to bother working tomorrow. So this morning I woke up bleary-eyed, jumped on by the dogs, looked at my CX and went through the list of jobs, and there was nothing particularly exciting. There was a few, it was reasonably busy, more busy than perhaps other days, but nothing particularly juicy to get my head around. And then a job came up which was a non-CX job, which was brilliant for me, and so I replied in time to get the job, and then I was sort of getting myself unhooked from a dialysis machine and getting ready to get out. So that job got me out of bed literally. So I can now say to you, I won't get out of bed for less than £195 on a Friday. That might become my mantra, I think, from now on. I don't think my partner would like it. But anyway, I'm getting 195 for 150 miles, 150 miles loaded. It's a Wellingborough pickup, then Lutterworth, and then dropping off in Warrington. It's a long wheelbase van job, a couple of pallets, a long pallet and a small, so one double pallet and one small pallet. And in a box I think as well, so some other bits and pieces. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm on my way down to Wellingborough. I'll be on, oh yeah, the weather today is really quite bad. It's really windy where I am, at least, raining like anything. It's quite cold, but I've managed to heat up my van. But when I walked out of the house, it was like definitely duvet weather. So I'm going to be on site about, what, 10 past 10, 5 past 10, depends on the traffic really. I'm about 35 minutes away from pickup now, and so I'm guessing I'll be finished something like 1 o'clock this afternoon, can't be quite certain. And yeah, so I'll get this job done and hopefully get a job back home towards home before all the traffic starts, before it gets too dark. Then I'll call it a day. Being a Friday, I'm hopeful there'll be, you know, a decent job coming back towards the east of the country. But yes, I'll have to just see how it goes. At the end of today, I'll do my daily and weekly stats for this week. They're not going to be that amazing, but as I've said probably most days, the way I'm thinking about it at the moment is I can't control how busy or how much work there is when I get out, but what I can do is control is whether I actually do go out or whether I do put in the effort. And I'm hoping that by the end of the month, by having these bitty jobs all adding up, it'll be worth it at the end of the month. I think that's how I've got to see it. If you look at this job on a daily basis, pretty much at the moment, as I've said as well, it doesn't seem to be paying. But on a weekly, or maybe on a monthly basis, I'm hoping to have made a reasonable amount of money that I can survive on. And that's it. That's all I can do really. I can only control what I can control. All I can control in this situation is my decision making and my effort. So what I earn at the end of the day, like every day, whether it's been good or bad on the CX, what I earn depends on my effort and my decision making. It's always the case, no matter how quiet or busy the jobs are on CX. So nothing's fundamentally changed, just that it's tougher to get what I would like to earn ideally. Right, okay, have you having a good week yourselves? And I'll speak to you in a few seconds. Cheers! Hi YouTube! So I've arrived at my second pickup in Lutterworth about 11:15, and I haven't moved yet off this road, because if I show you the gate, it's it's looking currently like this. And one van at the front has just gone through, but this is going to take a long time to sort out. So now there's moving. What happened about 2 minutes ago, a van came out of the gate to the right there, went all the way round and back in, and I'm assuming he must have told them what the queue on the main road. Anyway, something's moving now, so I am going to get off the road at least. But that lorry was here before me, obviously, and there's 1, 2, 3 vans before that lorry. So I don't know. I don't see really. Well, I'll get out now and I'll go to the office. But you know, this is it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. So hopefully everyone's in a good mood when I get there. Yeah, wish me luck. Hello YouTube. It is now about 1:30, I think. And I've worked out now the limit of my patience when it comes to waiting. And it's around about the 2-hour mark. I'm sitting here, I'm now in front of a queue. That lorry in front of me came behind me and parked in front of me. And then the guy went to the security desk. I've had lorries coming in past me. There's another one here coming past me, which is soul destroying. They can see me, the people in the security desk. I keep looking at them and they're not telling me to go in yet. So there's nothing I can do. I can't just say, oh, I'm going home, giving up. I can't do anything to speed it up. I'm at the mercy of whatever is going on in the warehouse. So 2 hours is my limit before I start getting bored and impatient. Oh god. I have been playing a game on my computer. Even so, sitting here for 2 hours is, well, it's more than that now, isn't it? It's about 2.25 hours now. And then this lorry to my right is about to go in. Oh. I don't know, it's going to be a long day. Still got to get to Warrington. I think it's a couple of my chance to get a second job of the day. Just want to get home now. Right, I'll see you later. Oh my goodness me, that was a horrible experience. Well, not in terms of no one was nasty to me. Everyone was very polite, but just waiting around, it seems to be just quite disorganised. The time is now 2:20. 3 hours and 5 minutes after I arrived at that gate. I've got the pallet on board. I'm now on my way to Warrington. The traffic is saying busier than usual, of course. I've got red times on my Google Maps for both directions, going on the M6 or up to towards around Stoke, up to Derby and Stoke. I'm taking the Derby-Stoke route, which is exactly the same mileage. So about a minute currently less than the other one, because I think that the M6 is likely to get busier and therefore be more delayed than the other route, partially less likely. Oh dear. So I'm not even going to be at this is one job, and I won't even be finished till about 5:30. And I left the house at something like 20 to 9. So usually this is usually like a Scotland job, sort of the other day. But you know, it's no one's fault that I'm dealing with. It's some third party's fault, and the traffic, and probably the weather, and a Friday. So just got to get on with it now. Got a 3-hour journey to Warrington, and then I'll be glad to get home. But it's going to be a very long day. So once I got to Warrington, I then got a 3-hour journey back home. So, oh dear, don't think about it. At least I'm driving now, despite it being a horrible day. Anyway, I can't think of anything positive to say at this point. You can just look at the weather, and that's how I'm feeling at the moment. Right, speak to you probably when it's dark, and we're back home. Cheers. Hello there. So my guardian angel has saved me today. Thanking them very much. So I had a phone call from the shipper, who suggested that rather than me going all the way to Warrington today, I might be able to take it to Coventry in the morning on Monday, which is fine. It's much better for me. The only slight downside is it's a very early start for me. I have to make sure I get myself off dialysis early and get out of the house. But to be in Coventry at 9 o'clock on Monday is not the worst thing in the world by any means. I should get a job after that pretty easily. So I just need to get myself up early enough on Monday to do the job. Now I'm heading home, just over an hour and a half away. So rather than me now looking to be at Warrington at 5:30, I'm going to be at home for about 5. Much nicer experience, and considering how the day went, I couldn't really ask for it to be any better. So thank you very much to the shipper for that. I didn't talk about money at all because I completely trust him, and I'm getting £300 now for this whole job, so I'm happy with that. And what a great company, what a great guy, what a great solution for me today. Yes, I'm quite relieved. So yeah, I'm going to head on home. I'll do some stats for the week in about an hour's time, but that'll be it otherwise. Okay, cheers. Right, here are my stats for today. I did get some fuel on the way up to collection today, and my new average fuel price this week is 13.88 pence per mile. I've noticed that the fuel costs are going up on both my cards, as is the fuel price in the pumps. So maybe we're going to have a period of higher fuel for a bit. Today, with the aborted delivery and the going home, I've driven 175 miles. I'm not going to include in these stats the mileage and the time from my house to Coventry on Monday morning. That'll be part of next week's figures, and I'm not going to separate out any money, so I'm just going to take all of today's money for today and this week, and then start again next week. So it's a little bit overestimating what I've actually earned, but it's close enough. Today I will have worked for 8.25 hours, 3 of which are sitting around waiting for that second pickup. I've earned £300 gross, with thanks to the shipper. I spent £24.29 on fuel, which means that my net earnings today, after taking into account fuel, comes to £276.276. Now for my weekly income and costs. So over this last week of working 4 days, I've driven 1,033 miles, 1033. My total hours worked on the road is 34.5 hours. I've made a gross amount this week of £795, 795. My fuel costs for the week come to £139, 139, which means that my net earnings this week comes to £656, 656. My average daily net earnings over the 4 days comes to £164, 164, and I've made 63.52 pence for every mile that I've driven this week. If I take off my £315 to cover my business costs for this week, then my nominal personal income for this week comes to £341, 341. And then on Monday at 9 o'clock I should be in Coventry looking for my first job, my first paying job of that day. So, thank you very much for listening to my video. I hope that you are all being successful. Have you just defined that word for yourselves? Farewell, friends.